And good morning. Welcome to Hot Seat. I'm Scott Mitchell, the director of the Oklahoma Broadband Office. Mike Sanders, good to see you.
Good to see you, Scott.
So, it's been a few months since you were here. You were here the last time talking about you were about to take the reins of the broadband office. It's kind of like rodeoing, right? I mean, getting
Correct,
hold of the
yeah.
bill. So let's just start with what you have found and what's happening at the broadband office. Let's start with when you walked in, you got this money to distribute to bring broadband to the state. What was day one like, and from day one to where you're at today, what's happened?
Well, Scott, thanks for having me on this morning. Actually, the first thing that I noticed when I got into the Oklahoma Broadband Office was the fact that we did not have high-speed internet. And I know that's somewhat...
You didn't have internet at the broadband office?
We did not, and there's a variety of reasons why. But I knew when I walked in, knowing that we had issues to get out ARPA money... And
you were behind.
We were.
Right.
But
on your day one, you're behind.
Day one,
okay.
We started way behind the cue ball. But I will say this, since that date in April, we have put in the right policies, the right people, and the procedures, all along the way of making sure that a state agency gets set up correctly, talking with the Attorney General, talking with our state auditor and inspector, because when you're dealing with federal funds, you know that's going to be something that is going to be looked at very closely. But also running a program from Washington, the pass-through monies that we're going to be receiving, nearly $1.3 billion for high-speed internet, all the while trying to make sure that we have the people in place, stand up a state agency, as well as running a program that we are required to do. Lots of T's to be crossed, lots of I's to be dotted. It has been a Herculean experience, but we are moving in the right direction. I'm very happy and proud of that.
Okay, so for those of us those who may have not heard of what broadband is trying to do, give us an idea of what the mission is and how this is going to help Oklahomans. This
is a game changer, Scott. We are tasked with serving high-speed internet to the unserved and underserved, in that order, and it's predominantly a rural issue. I've always said this, the folks in rural Oklahoma should have every ability and every right to do business, to do homework, to job search, to job training type programs. Remote healthcare is critical. Telehealth, telemedicine, absolutely. So all of those, they should have the ability and right as someone living in downtown Oklahoma City or downtown Tulsa. So, you know, when you're looking at those particular issues and knowing that we're going to serve the unserved and underserved, it is a huge task, but I am very, very optimistic where we are, where we're going, and our mission is to make sure that we get those people in those areas that have been neglected for years. This has been going on for 20, 30 years, and the talk of high-speed internet. We're going to make sure those people have the ability to get high-speed internet.
All right, finally, let me ask you this. In 5 years, what sort of difference will this make in the life of Oklahoma families, patients, educators, government?
Life-changing. Life-changing. This is a game changer. I've said this before. This moment now was as important during the 30s and the Electrification Act, in the 1950s with the highway interstate system. This is our moment. This is our time to shine. And I can tell you, from a health standpoint, from an education standpoint, from a business standpoint, this is an economic development game changer. And if nothing else, you're going to be able to have grandparents who may live 15 miles out of town, and their kids may live in another state, but they're going to have the ability to see face-to-face their grandkids, share moments, share their time with them, and in moments like that, this is something we're going to look back on and we're going to smile because we were a part of that. And this is a we, this is not a me deal. This is changing the lives of Oklahomans for the better, and this is exactly what we're tasked to do. We will do it on time. We will do it in a very fair and transparent and efficient way, and I'm looking forward to this.
Director Sanders, thanks for being with us. This is very exciting. I hope you'll keep coming back and keep us up to date, because when people start making that Tennessee Valley Authority analogy that this is that it's going to be that sort of change, I kind of believe it.
Absolutely. Good to see you, Scott.
Thank you, Mike Sanders.
You're welcome.
Hey, thanks for watching Hot Seat. See this again on your website /YourVoteCounts, and follow me on my socials @Mitchell Talks.